Now, I'd like to speak about one other thing in my time. On June 19th, I wrote a letter to the Secretary of Defense, Chuck Hagel, on the issue of forced feeding of detainees at Guantanamo. A week prior, I had spent the day at Guantanamo with the President's Chief of Staff and Senator McCain, and we took a look at the forced feeding issue. Detainees are restrained in a chair by body, by foot, by hand, and twice a day a tube is inserted, perhaps covered with olive oil, up the nose and down into the stomach, and the individual is force-fed. This goes on week after week and month after month. We have 86 detainees who are cleared for transfer. They're no threat to this country. They have been adjudged so, and they have no place to go. So this is an expression of acute hopelessness in the forced feeding. The issue has recently been before the D.C. District Court, and this morning the newspaper said that no court, justice, or judge shall have jurisdiction to hear or consider any other action against the United States or its agents relating to any aspect of the detention, transfer, treatment, trial, or conditions of confinement of an alien who is or was detained by the United States and has been determined by the United States to have been properly detained as an enemy combatant. So we have a law that essentially taken the courts out of any adjudication in this issue. I am very curious because you have looked at the combination of EITs, the manner in which they are administered, and you have come to the conclusion that they form torture. These are people now, 86 of them, who are no threat to this country. They've been cleared for transfer, many of whom are being force-fed to keep them alive. In my view, this is inhumane, and I am very curious as to what you would say about this. I have received no answer from my letter to Secretary Hagel. I am now, the President's Chief of Staff was with me. He saw what I saw, and I'm very concerned about it because it's the wrong thing to do. I would appreciate your comment.
Thank you, Senator. Obviously, if I were FBI director, I don't think it's an area that would be within my job scope, but I don't know more about what you're describing than what you're describing.
Well, let me just say, it's within all of our job scopes to care about how the United States of America acts.
I agree very much with that, Senator. And I do also know that there are times in the Bureau of Prisons when the federal authorities have had to force feed someone who's refusing to eat, and they try to do it in the least invasive way. What you're describing, I frankly wouldn't want done to me, but I don't know the circumstances well enough to offer you an opinion. I don't think it'd be worth much my opinion at this point.